Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
This is it. 19. 44. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Shoot. 24 down. He's coming.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win. So
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Minshew throwing on third down, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2nd and 5 now. Minshew, his throw incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
It's just me and you.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he will score. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Sam up. Back. Check 4. Check it out, Reed.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And now the throw taken in by Chark. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
17 more yards. Move those chains. That's good for another Jacksonville first and 10 at the 30.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. There's overload.
Hey, box truck.
On second down, Minshew escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Completes it to Lee. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
Josh Lambo onto the field goal.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Leo. He's coming, double up. Under 10.
Alert 3.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. He's going to loft one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Josh Lambo now for the point after. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now Minshew on first and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Amari Cooper with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead will shrink to 6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
From the 27, Watson. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Watson on first down. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Running from the gun, Johnson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Watson on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. Watson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again is Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To the air yet again. Watson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No one attempted or made more field goals in Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
He's checking crap.
The drive starts with a run by Blue. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Go. Hey, echo.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the Texans' 33-yard line.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55.
Now Leonard Fournette looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Hey, orbit.
Out of the gun is Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
60 Pittsburgh.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He hits Blue. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Minshew. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve, but now it's third and goal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Hey, Delta. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Minshew. And that's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Where we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional.
Lamar Miller, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. And it's a Jacksonville touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Flushed out right. It's complete. Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Now a first down throw. Watson eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Lamar Miller. Miller with first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Protein spill. Get.
They'll run with Fournette. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down, Minshew. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
On the ready.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Go.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Minshew sets to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little. Maybe leaked thinking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Watson. He's got Fuller. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. From the 50, it's Watson. And this is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They start the drive with a give to Blue, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. On second and 9, Minshew. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, watch this, watch this. Joker. Bravo. Get it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking to throw. And this one into the hands of D.J. Shark. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Watch out. Wall, get wall.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long. It's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Miller. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Stills the intended target. 3rd down here.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his 1st. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Hey, high 7, snap.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that is incomplete. Batted away by the rookie out of Kentucky, Lonnie Johnson.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Minshew. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete. Bradley Roby on the coverage.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A game there of 30 big ones. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
218, chop.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.